Hey guys, what's up? Mike Lock here. Thanks for tuning in to this video blog. In this video, I want to talk about some interviewing tips and just kind of go over some pointers. Someone shot me an email a while back, and I've been meaning to do this video. I tried to do it this weekend, but kids and got caught up with some other stuff that I had to do. So I brought my camera with me, and sometimes at lunch I get a chance to kind of just chill up in the parking lot and eat my lunch before I go back into the office. And I wanted to shoot this video and just kind of give you a few pointers when it comes to interviewing. Now, if you're new to my YouTube channel, you know that I'm a web designer, so UI designer. So specifically, this is for UI designers, but in actuality, the principles that I'm going to be talking about can be, used for any field, no matter what no matter what field you're going into. If you're in the market, if you're interviewing, here's some tips, some pointers I want you to take away for this video. But the main thing when it comes to interviewing, let me first give you some general points, and then I'm going to give you 4 things to take away from this video. The first few things is, as a UI designer, obviously you need an online portfolio, and the reason is, you want that online portfolio because if a hiring manager is reviewing your resume, let's say they got your resume from LinkedIn or you applied online, your URL to your portfolio should be linked to your resume. And then what happens is that hiring manager reviews your stuff and then sends your URL out to a few people on the team and have them review your work as well. And you want to have that capability because there might be that one person that likes what you did at cars.com, or that other person who likes what you did with that iPad app or whatever. Okay, so they need to be able to see your work online. It doesn't matter where your work is, it just needs to be online so that someone can actually pull it up on their computer. Now, when you go into an interview, obviously dress nice shirt, belt, slacks, shoes, okay, dress professional. No matter if you're a guy, girl, if you're a female, dress professional. What I normally do, I carry my laptop, a thin folder with a couple of copies of resumes, a pen, and also I take with me like 4 to 5 copies, printouts of my best work. And that's just in case they don't have a computer in front of them. We can talk and I can kind of show them some things, but sometimes it doesn't come into play, but it's just always safe to have that. And that's about it. You can take your iPad instead of a laptop, it doesn't matter, but I take my MacBook Air just in case they give me the opportunity to kind of present something on screen. Sometimes I don't even pull up my laptop, but sometimes I do. Most of the time it's on their computers. But anyway, so that's just general basic stuff, okay? Make sure that's what I bring to an interview. Now, you get the interview. Here are the 4 things I want you to take away. All right. The first one is you always want to be nice. Okay. This is something that comes naturally for me because I'm a naturally nice person, or I guess I have that in my DNA. I mean, I don't get mad a lot. I smile a lot. Ever since I've been a young kid, people always say, Mike, why do you always still smile a lot? And so that's just me. I just smile. I have a cheery personality. So I think that plays a big role in me landing jobs, because people like to be around people that are nice, that are friendly and joyful. And so that's I attribute that to some of my success. Number 2, in addition to being humble, nice, joyful, you want to still be confident. Okay, a lot of employers, they want you to be confident because they want to know that you can do that job. And the confidence that I'm talking about is you want to have that feeling that if you hire me, I can do this job. I guarantee it. I won't let you down. Like that sort of confidence, okay? It's not like a confidence where you're cocky. I can do this job. I can be that person. I can fill this role. I can be that person, right? So that's the kind of mentality you want to have. So be nice, joyful, and also number 2, be confident. Now, the 3 and 4, here are the biggies. The third one is you want to be sure to identify your strengths and your strong point. Okay, and make sure you get that across in the interview. Now, everyone has a go-to move, if you will, like something that you're an expert in. Whether maybe you're an expert, you're a fast learner, okay, and that could be your strength. Maybe your strength is your ability to work well within a team and come up with ideas, okay. Maybe you're good at Photoshop or Adobe Fireworks, and you can present and you can mock up things really quickly. Now that used to be one of the things I would talk about a lot, is my abilities to mock up, UI designs fairly quickly and get things done. I still talk about it a little bit, but so everyone has something, okay? It doesn't have to be technically in line with the work, but if it is, more the better. But if it's not, it could be something that just something you want to talk about. So a good trait that you have, you want to make sure you get that across at some point in the interview. Now, when I interview for jobs, what I do now, the one thing that I think that I take to the bank with me is my web design process, which I covered in my last video a few weeks ago. And what I do in my interview, I make sure that I tell the person that's interviewing me, at some point I say, one of the things that I pride myself on is my web design, or is my design process and my ability to get things done, which includes gathering requirements, going out there and researching competitors and other ideas, and wireframing, prototyping, and designing full-fledged colorful mock-ups, and so full color mock-ups, and also working prototypes. So I kind of, in a roundabout way, kind of discuss my web design process to that person as my sort of go-to move. That's the one thing that I'm really good at, in addition to all the other stuff. But I make sure I get that out there, and a lot of times, because I'm explaining to them my action plan for my success, or for me getting things done, I think that really goes well. So that's number 3. Make sure you identify what is your core strength at the moment, and make sure you get that across in the interview. Number 4, the last one, which is also biggie. This is how you close the deal, in my opinion, is you always want to end the interview with a sales pitch. Okay? Remember that. End your interview with your sales pitch. Now, the sales pitch goes like this, or basically at the end of the interview, that person will ask you, or he'll say, you know what, that's all I got for this interview. If you have, do you have any other questions for us? They'll sort of say something like that, all right? 99% of all people who are interviewing you always ask you if you have any questions for them. And that's when you hit them with your sales pitch. The way I do it is, like they'll say, hey Mike, do you have any questions for us? And most of the time I'll say, no, I don't have any questions, but I just want to take this time to say I really appreciate you bringing me in, and I want to reiterate the fact that I really want this position. I feel that I would be a great asset to the company, and I feel that good UI design translate into good business. Good UI design equals increased conversions, increased sales, which will ultimately help the company overall. And I feel with my skills and being a good team player, I can bring that to the company and be a great asset for this company. And at that point, most of the time they're like, wow, great. They didn't expect that from me, but basically that's just my way of saying, of taking that opportunity to really close the deal, if you will, like become a salesperson and really sell yourself. Okay, so in that number 4, when I talk about, hit them with your sales pitch, make sure in the roundabout way that you tell them that you're going, your skill set and your experience is going to help the company succeed, from a revenue generating standpoint, or just your skill set and being a good team player will ultimately help the team and the business succeed. Okay, that's something that they don't really expect, but by hitting them with that, it really puts you in a great position. And then finally, when you go home, you shake their hand, you go home, you want to follow up. What I do is I follow up with a thank you email with them, and I kind of reiterate my sales pitch. So in the email, I'll say, Jim, thanks for bringing me in. Thanks for taking the time. Again, I just want to reiterate the fact that I really want this position. I think I'm really interested in this senior UI design position. And as I mentioned, I feel I'll be a great asset to the company. My skills of 15 years I can bring to the table. I'll be a great team player, and I feel good UI design equals good business, which translate into increased conversions, increased sales, etc. All right, and then that's it. Thank you. That's it. Most of the time, I get a call back from the recruiter saying, Mike, they really loved you and yada, 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 and they want to make you an offer. Okay. And that's kind of like how it goes. And for those of you who don't know my background, over the last 15 years, I've had about 8 jobs, and I've interviewed for more jobs than that, which I kind of landed but didn't take. But I have quite a bit of experience in interviewing, so I just wanted to share that that message with you guys. And interviewing and being able to interview and being able to grow, you know, after you've been with the company for a few years, that's how you continue to increase your annual income and get to higher positions within your career. All right, so hopefully you enjoyed these tips, and if you did, like the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and visit my website for more information, mlwebcode.com, and look out for more videos. We'll be talking soon.